Thank you so much for joining me today on Senior Fitness with Meredith. So, as you can see, I'm sitting in a chair already. Well, we are going to stay seated for today's workout. We are going to do our HIIT style workout today, our high intensity interval training workout. So what we'll be doing is staying in our nice sturdy chair. We will have weights or water bottles close by because we want a little bit of resistance training, and of course your water, so we'll take those water breaks. So as I've told you what you need, I'll give you some time to get that, and I'll tell you a little bit more about our workout. So we're going to do 6 different movements to start with, cardio style movements where you have the option of holding light dumbbells or water bottles. We're going through that set of 6 things, 3 times. We're doing 30 seconds on and then 10 seconds in between. So you'll get a little bit of a break, but remember with our HIIT workouts, we want to keep that heart rate up for as long as possible. Allow it to slightly come down, bring it right back up. So after we do those 6 movements, one time through, we'll take a little break, we'll do it again, we'll take a little break, we'll do it again. The way I'm going to do it, I'm going to go through the movements to start with you. Second and third set, I'm adding water bottles to it. But remember, you do what feels best for you. So once we go through that cardio, I'm going to have music going with that. I'm going to turn the music off. We're still doing for time, but then we're going to focus on strength training. So we're going to use our, again, weights or water bottles, your choice. Can you see my dog back there? Yeah, he's in the room today and he's looking outside, so I will apologize in advance when he decides to make some noise and try and talk over me. We're going to try and keep him from doing that. But you never know with dogs, right? You never know with animals. He sees dogs walking by, he's getting super jealous that he's not out there. So that's the way we're going to do it, just following along with me. Again, there'll be music in the beginning. I'm going to turn that off so we can focus on our strength training portion. So now that I've given you enough time to get all your stuff, sturdy chair, weights, water bottles, or just range of motion, remember, do what feels best for you. Have your water close by, and of course, I'll have that little timer going. If you start hearing beeps, that's the timer. Don't start looking around your house wondering what that little beep is. That's my timer. It's telling us when to go. It's telling us when to stop. So our 30 seconds, 10 seconds. All right. Remember also, if you get a chance, leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I want to see where our community is. I want to see the ones who we've been doing this for weeks together now. I want to see that you're joining me again today. And then after the workout, let me know how you liked it. Give me feedback, ask me questions, and also, what type of workouts do you want to see in the future? I'd love to know that. I'm still trying to think about what should we do next week. Give me some ideas. I want to do what you all want. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to get up to turn the music on. I'm coming right back to my chair and we're going to get started. All right? I'm ready. Are you? All righty. I think we're good. Here. All right, music's going. Don't want it too loud. I want you to be able to focus, but I like a little bit of ambiance just to get us going. Nice and tall in our chair. We know the cues. Nice tight core, strong straight spine. Let's just start with those legs marching. This isn't part of our workout yet. Big deep inhale, arms go up. And exhale. We'll do that one more time. Big deep inhale. And exhale again. Just keep those legs going. Again, this isn't part of the workout. I haven't started the timer yet. This might be some of the first movements we've done so far of the day. Let's warm the body up before we really get into the intensity of it. All right, so just kind of march those arms for a minute. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. Core stays pulled in tight. Again, just keep those legs marching. Move those arms for a minute. Remember, when we do seated activities especially, it's very, very easy to put it all into your hip flexors. Really, really try to tighten the core And if you only feel those hip flexors working during our cardio portion, you are allowed to sit back in your chair, keep the core pulled in tight. It's gonna take a little bit off of those hip flexors. It's easy to do when we don't have the strength in our quadriceps. Our core is weak. That's where it goes. And that's all you'll feel. Really, really focus. Tighten through the core. When I say it over and over again, try to do it. Focus on pulling up from your quadriceps and breathing. Again, leaning back in the chair, but staying nice and proud is always an option. All right, are we ready? I think so. I'm gonna start the timer. When you hear that first beep, it's 10 seconds. Then we get started with our movement. So I'm gonna stop marching my legs, just so. All right, 10 seconds. There's our beep. At the next beep, if you can even hear it, it's pretty light because it's on the carpet, we start. We're gonna do a little jog for 3 and pause. That's our first thing. So think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, as you go through the workout, pick that pace up. Do what feels best for you. Breathing, core tight, tight. This is gonna be a lot of core work. Exhale, inhale. Jog 2, 3, jog 2, 3. Little pause. There's our stop. Next one, we're gonna make a big X with our body, then pull it back in. I'm gonna start the movement, then I'm gonna show you modification. So we do a big X, pull in, X, pull in. Again, what are we feeling? Core, big core work here. If this is too much, out to the side. You can add the arms if there's no shoulder mobility issues. You can do one then the other, or full range. Up, up. Exhale, inhale. Find your breath, don't hold it as you concentrate. Little break. We're gonna pretend like we're jumping rope next. Nice and lifted, core tight, or leaning back in the chair, still keep the core tight. We've got our jump rope. Bounce the feet. Have fun with this one. Maybe a little side to side, maybe a little front to back. Inhale, exhale. Breathing. Core pulled in tight. Bounce the feet, bring those arms around, jump that rope. Inhale, exhale, and break. Next one, we're gonna bring the leg out like we're trying to tap towards the foot. I'm showing you full range to start. Right leg comes out, we bring that left arm, tap, left to right. If that range of motion is not there, remember, it's a little kick and a press to the front. You don't have to touch hand to foot. Remember, faster you go, higher the heart rate goes. That's what we're trying to do. Pick that heart rate up. Breathe. Go to the range of motion that works for you. Go to a movement that works for you as well. Little break. Next one we're gonna do, feet are gonna open up. We're gonna sweep the floor, then sit back up nice and tall. Core tight, a lot of lower back work here. Feet open, we sweep, we pull back up. Feet open, sweep, pull back up. Like our front bends that we do, working our lower back, that's part of the core. The abdominals are pulled in tight. Exhale, inhale. Open, sweep, center. Open, sweep, center. Little break. One more movement, then we take a little break, grab some water. We're gonna do knee raises, bring those arms around in a circle. So right knee, we bring those arms around to left, right to left. Exhale, inhale. Stay nice and lifted. If this turning, twisting movement is not available to you, remember, go down to the front, go straight down and crunch forward. Otherwise, try and bring it around to the sides. Exhale, inhale. And little break. I'm gonna pause our timer. Grab some water if you'd like. I'm gonna add the water bottles now. You do not need to add anything. Having a little bit of resistance brings the heart rate up a little bit more. If what we just did is enough, keep it there. We're doing that set of 6 things 2 more times. Make sure we're breathing, those deep inhales, deep exhales, core tight. If you're starting to feel anything in lower back or hip flexors, lean back into your chair, but stay nice and proud. Starting the timer, grabbing my water bottles. We start in 5 seconds. Remember, going through those movements, we know them now. Now we really put our energy into them. All right, here we go. In 5. Our jog for 3 and pause. So 1, 2, 3, pause. So as fast as you feel comfortable. Breathing, inhale, exhale. Core tight. Move those arms, bring that heart rate up even more. Inhale, exhale. And little break, our X open, those arms go up. Remember, go to your range of motion. Mobility in shoulders may not be there. Then just a little open, legs open. Up, together, up, together. Alternate those legs, just lower body, just upper body. If you start to feel the heart rate spiking, it's going up too fast, you're feeling uncomfortable, take a piece out of it. If you're holding anything, that goes down first and foremost. Exhale, inhale. Focus on your quadriceps and core to lead your movements. Little break. Jumping our rope next. Have fun with those feet. Front, back, side, side. Bring those arms around. Get over that rope. Inhale, exhale. I'm just gonna go side to side with my feet for a minute. My core is nice and tight, a little front back with those feet. Get over that jump rope. Inhale, exhale. Jump, jump, jump. Little break. Alternate, kicking, foot out, reaching for that foot with opposite hand. Doesn't have to meet the foot. Remember, core tight, press out, press out. Adding that little twist. Again, like I said, this cardio has a lot of core work going on. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Try and keep that length in your spine so the core stays engaged. Little break. Feet are gonna open. We're gonna sweep the floor. Bring our hands back to chest level. Feet come in. We do it again. Ready? Open the feet, sweep. Come in. Open the feet, sweep. Come in. Make a big scoop. We're scooping something, bringing it into our body. Scoop, bring it in. Core's tight. That lower back is working. Exhale, inhale. We've got one more thing in our set. Knees are open a little bit. We're bringing arms around and to the side. So circling those arms around as we bring that knee up. Remember, if that heart rate's going up or a movement doesn't feel right, just upper, just lower, or modify your movements. Don't make the range of motion so big. Exhale, inhale. Twist, knee up. And time. I'm putting my water bottles down for a second. I'm gonna pause our timer again. Little break, grab water. We're not taking as long of a break this time. Catch your breath, one more time through those 6 things. Really pick up your intensity this time. If you're not feeling your heart rate go up, add something. Even if you have not water bottles, you have a shampoo and conditioner bottle, something. Add more intensity to it. Really make your movements big. Really make them nice and fast. All right, starting the timer. We're starting with our jog and pause. In 4 seconds, I'm still gonna hold my water bottles. Ready? It's a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale. Core tight. Again, if you're only feeling lower back or hip flexors, lean back in that chair. Keep your movements going. Pulling through the abdominals. Keep them nice and tight. Inhale, exhale. Our X open. Remember, feet, legs, same time, making that big X, or modify, alternate, make movement smaller. Core tight, ready? Let's open big, pull in, big, in. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Breathe. Keep going, almost there. Little break, alternating that kick with reaching out with the opposite hand. Right foot, left hand, reaching out, doesn't have to touch. Extend, extend. Remember, pick your pace up a little bit. Go a little bit faster. Breathe, exhale, inhale. Those abdominals are tight. That length stays in your spine. Focus, focus. It's easy to lose form in our HIIT workouts. Really focus on your form. Don't lose it because you're trying to go fast. Open the feet, that big scoop, pull in. All right, open scoop, center. Open scoop, center. Stay on the balls of the feet as you open those feet out. Really get those calves, the lower part of your leg working. Our lower back, engaged to pull us back up. Abdominals, of course, tight. Quadriceps. Even hip flexors and groin working as we bring those feet back to center. One more thing. Knee up, we're twisting side to side. All right. Good intensity, good form. Ready? Knee up, twist, twist. Exhale, inhale. Again, if that twist is not there, don't just sit there. Knees up, go straight down to center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you're holding something, go ahead and put that down. I'm going to pause this, but don't stop. Let's just do a little march. So we brought that heart rate up. Let's bring it down nice and slow before we go to our next portion, which is our strength training. Legs are marching. Just move those arms a little bit. Again, if you felt the heart rate going up, I want you to feel it coming back down, slow and controlled. Big inhale and exhale. One more time. Big deep inhale, arms up and around if that's available to you. Exhale. Just keep those legs going. It's a tiny march. Little movements. When you're ready, coming to a stop with those legs. Grab your water, grab your weights. I'm getting up to turn the music off. You may stay seated unless you have to get up to get something. Should be off. All right, I'm gonna grab some water to drink, not to hold, like I did with those water bottles. Strength training next. And the reason I say it's in a HIIT format, we're doing for time. We want to focus on form, but same thing, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, trying to get as many repetitions as we can in that 30 seconds without compromising our form and without not focusing on what we're trying to use. So I'll continually tell you what we're using, as I always do, but again, we really want to keep our good posture, especially with us sitting in the chair. When we're doing those leg movements, quadriceps are engaged, hips, outer thighs, gluteals are engaged, really focusing. So again, it's 3 movements. We're going through those 3 movements twice, no break in between. So we'll go through 6 things, then we'll move on to a new set. We have 4 sets total. I always say all this and everyone's like, just get on with it. You don't need to tell me. I'm giving you a break, that's what I'm doing. So we have 3 movements. I'm gonna pick up my weights and then I'm gonna go through them with you first. Then we'll get it started, because once that timer starts, I want you to feel in control, like you know what you're doing, and we're moving quickly through it. All right, picking up my weights, not starting the timer yet. First 3 movements. Weights are going to be on our thighs. We're nice and lifted. We know that. Core tight, lengthen our spine, crown of the head straight up towards the sky. Alternating our knee raises, so right and left. Again, we want to go quick. We don't want to compromise our form though. Knee raises first. Second thing, weights will go down by our side. Chest is forward. Back pulls. Squeeze and pull from your upper back. Our third thing, we lean back in our chair. We alternate extending weights to the front. If you have heavier weights and both extending out to the front, or alternating, then put one down, 2 hands, 1 weight, press from the chest. So do what feels best for you. Knee raises, back pulls, chest press, 2 times through. I'm going to start the timer. We'll start in about 4 seconds. It goes quick. All right. Knee raises, nice and tall, core tight. Alternate, right and left. The quadricep leads the way. Breathing. Exhale, inhale. Same thing here. If you're only feeling hip flexors or your lower back, you may lean back in your chair, lifting that foot up, still focusing on right in the center of the thigh, your quadricep to lift that foot up off the ground. Back pulls are next. Weights down, chest goes slightly forward, nice and proud through the chest. We bring those weights up towards the body, squeeze upper back, release. Exhale, inhale. Go at a pace that feels best for you. I may pick up my pace. I may start going a little bit slower. You go at your pace. Doesn't have to mimic me exactly. Do as many repetitions as you can in our 30 seconds each set. Exhale, inhale. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Open through the chest. Sit back in our chair, alternate our chest press. That is next. Again, once we sit back, we're still nice and proud. Weights at chest level, extend, extend. If you have heavier weights, I don't want you throwing that weight out and jerking from your shoulder and from your elbow. I want you pressing from your chest. Slow, controlled movements. Exhale. Lengthen, lengthen. Breathing. That's our 3 movements. Sit back up tall. Those weights go back onto your thighs. Nice and lifted. 3 movements. 1 more time through. Take a little break. I'll tell you the next 3. Nice and tall. March. Right, left. Quadricep leads the way. Slow and controlled. Again. I always say it, go at your pace. If this becomes too much, stop and take a little break, grab some water, or maybe you release your weights and you stay with just the range of motion. Still getting work, still bringing heart rate up. Breathing. Back pulls are next. Weights are down. Chest is going to go forward. Stay proud, so roll those shoulders back. You want to feel your shoulder blades squeeze together on your upper back. Release, open. Exhale, inhale. Squeeze, release. Exhale, inhale. Trying to, with some of these movements, exhale on the exertion. So as we're pulling our weights up, that's the most energy we're using. Breath assists. Exhale, inhale. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Back in our chair for our chest presses. Nice and proud through the upper body. Right at chest level. Alternate right, left. No jerky movements. Slow, controlled. Press from the chest, the front body. Lengthen, lengthen. Press, press. Slow, controlled. Breathe, core tight. At the beep, weights are going to go down. Little break, grab some water. Weights go down. I'm going to pause our timer. Little break. Grab water. I'm going to tell you the next 3 movements that we're doing. So we're going to have our weights. I'll show you actually with the weights. You take your time. Grab your water. Weights are going to be on the thighs to start. We're going to alternate opening our knees to our side. So we're going to open right and left. Again, slow and controlled. No jerky movements just because we're trying to get the heart rate up higher. So knees open to the side. Then we're going to alternate our bicep curls, right, left. Then elbows up. Alternate our kickbacks for back of the arm, those triceps. So that's our 3 movements. Knees opening to the side, front of the arm, bicep curls, back of the arm, tricep kickbacks. Alternating all of those movements. Same thing, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We'll do it 2 times through. All right, gave you enough time, brought your heart rate down a little bit. Let's bring it right back up. I'm going to start the timer. Get those weights if you're using them, place them on your thighs. 5 seconds to start. Nice and lifted. Don't lose our focus and form. Core tight. Just that foot opens out to the side. Body wants to go along with it. Think hip, outer thigh gluteal as you press out to the side. Inner thigh and groin as you pull that foot back to center. Core's always working. Exhale, inhale. Nice and lifted. Relax those shoulders down. Don't let them creep up to the ears. Bicep curls now. Palms face towards me. Elbows close into the side of the body. Alternate right and left. No swinging. Slow, controlled enough that you feel the bicep engage. Try not to let the elbow jut forward, because as soon as we do that, we put it right into the front of our shoulder. We'll get to those eventually. Let's make our biceps do the work right now. Curl. Exhale, inhale. And now our tricep kickbacks. Chest goes slightly forward, elbows nice and high. Keep those elbows lifted, they're not moving around. We press our weight back, right and left. Extend long, release. Focus back of your arm, your tricep, extend, extend. Exhale, exhale. Breathing again, keep the core tight even though chest is slightly forward. Weights go back onto those thighs, sit back up nice and tall, find your core again, lengthen your spine, crown of the head towards the sky, alternate opening to our sides. Open right and left. Press, hip, outer thigh, gluteal. Remember, upper body's not moving to the side. Hip, outer thigh, gluteal out to the side. Inner thigh groin as you pull back to center. Focus on what we're working. Makes it work even better. Breathing. Open, open. Nice and lifted. Bicep curls next. Palms face towards me. Relax the shoulders down. Keep those elbows close into the side of the body. We're alternating, right and left. Curl right, curl left. Front of the arm, the bicep engages, lifts up, releases. So that weight's not just falling down to the ground. We're nice, slow, and controlled. So we're not putting it into a different body part like our shoulders. And we're not hurting anything like our shoulders or elbow joints. A little break. Tricep kickbacks. One more thing in this set, then you get to take a little break. Chest forward, elbows high, alternate right, left, extending that arm long. Press back, press back. Don't just swing that weight back. This one's easy to lose form on. That elbow wants to move. We're swinging the weight front to back. We're putting it all into our shoulder. Not a good range of motion for your shoulder. Extending and hinging from your elbow joint. Tricep engage, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Release those weights down for a second. Little break. I'm going to pause this, and then we'll go over our next 3 movements. We have 2 more sets, 3 things. We're almost there. You're doing good. Then we get our nice dessert of a good stretch. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. All right, our next 3 things. Take your time. You don't have to pick your weights up yet. Wiggle those fingers a little bit. Find your breath, composure, all of that. I'm going to pick mine up to show you what we're doing. Legs are going to be long. So remember, when we have those longer levers, we always keep a bend in the knee. We're never leading from the knee. We're never leading from the foot. Right in the center of the thigh, that quadricep muscle is what I want you to feel engage, alternating lifting those straight legs up. Again, straight legs does not mean lock your knee out. Always keeping a bend in them. That's your first thing. Second thing you're going to do is bring your weights to your chest. Legs are going to stay out long. You're going to lean back in your chair. You're going to sit up tall. Focus is on your abdominals. But as you come up, if it's available to you, right foot comes up, you twist, go back, left foot comes up, twist. So we'll do that alternating right and left. Then weights go back onto the thighs. We press down onto those weights. Our heels lift up. Focus on your calf muscles. Press onto those weights. All right? So nice, strong, straight leg raises. Focus core. Back up and twist. Right, left. Then our heel raises. That's our 3. 2 times through. Gave you enough rest. I'm hitting the timer. We're starting again, okay? 3 seconds until we start. Find our good form. Legs nice and long with that slight bend in the knees. Nice and tall. Lift up. Lift up. Longer lever with that leg. It's a little bit easier to put it into your hip flexor. So you really need to focus on engaging the quadricep to lead and lift up. Longer lever is also a little bit harder than with the knee bent. So if this does not feel available, go back to the marching of the legs, keeping that 90-degree bend in the leg. All right, sit back in our chair. Weights nice and close to the body. Legs are long still. We're sitting up tall. We're adding that twist if it's available to you. So up, twist, release back. Center of the belly leads you up. That imaginary string pulls you from your abdominals. Exhale, inhale. This is our core work. We're adding it into our HIIT workout. Really focus. Center of the belly, abdominals. Weights onto those thighs. I want you to press down onto those weights. Add more resistance. Make it hard for those heels to peel up off the ground. Release. Peel, release. Feel the lower part of your leg engage. So flexion of your foot in your shoe. You're not just going onto your tippy toes. That's not going to engage your ankle joint, your foot, or your calf muscle, the lower part of the leg. That's what we want to do. Strengthen our legs, our ankles, our feet. Help with our balance, our stability. Those 3 things one more time. You can keep the weights right where they are. Lengthen those legs out, slight bend in the knee, nice and tall. Again, alternating. Straight leg lift, lead from your quadricep. That imaginary string is pulling right from the center of your thigh, lifting up. Not our tiny little hip flexors doing all the work. Not leading from the knee joint. Should not be any pain or discomfort in your knee. Your quadricep engages. It builds up. It helps protect your knee joints. Breathing, breathing. Lean back in the chair. Weights close to the chest. Legs stay long. Up, twist. Right, left. Adding the leg with it. So up, twist. Up, twist. Center of the belly leads you up. That string is leading you from your abdominals. Pull up, release. We're not just jerking the body up. No momentum. Now, place those weights again onto those thighs. Press down onto them. Our heel raises. Flexion of the foot. Feel the lower part of the leg engage. Squeeze, squeeze. Some shoes don't want you to get that movement of your foot. The sole of the shoes are very, very tough. So I know this one's hard in certain shoes to feel the movement. But even if it's a little lift of the heel up, where you feel engagement of your calf muscle, you feel that working, you feel your foot working. We need to strengthen our feet too. And little break. Weights are gonna go down for a second. I'm gonna pause this. You guessed it. We have one last set to do. We're almost there. Grab your water, take your time. I'm gonna show you our last 3 movements before our nice stretch. All right, I'm picking my weights up. You don't have to yet. They're down by my side. Slight bend in my elbows, leading from the top of the shoulders. We go out right and left. Again, no higher than shoulder level, but if that isn't available, a tiny lift out to the side where your focus is engaging that shoulder joint and that shoulder muscle, the entire area, that's what I want. It does not have to be all the way out to the side. Little bit, squeeze, engage, and release. You're doing the work. Okay, so don't think if my range of motion isn't there, I don't do it at all. No, you still do a little bit, even if it's without weight. So alternating our side raises, right and left, then our weights are gonna stay by our side. We're gonna bend down to our right side. We're gonna do our front bend, so the focus is our lower back as we sit up nice and tall. We bend down left, that right oblique works. We come up, bend forward. So alternating, right, forward, left, forward. Then we are all going to put one weight down. We're gonna have 2 hands, 1 weight, arms long, slight bend in our elbows, our front raise. Front of our shoulders working, no higher than the gaze, releasing down. No higher than your gaze, release. Again, we're not swinging that weight. So side raises, alternating, side bend to front bend, 1 weight, front raise. 3 movements, 2 times through. There's your break. Let's get to it so we can get to our stretches, right? All right, 3 seconds. Make sure you've got both of your weights. Slight bend in your elbow joints. Relax the shoulders down. Right goes out, no higher than shoulder level. Don't hyperextend that shoulder. And again, slow, controlled. You can go at a faster pace, but we're not swinging that weight to the side. We're still leading, making the muscles do the work. Shoulder leads the way, I like to say, and the rest of the arm just follows behind. Elbow doesn't lead, weight doesn't lead. down by your side. Relax the shoulders. Length stays in your spine. We're bending towards our side. We're not leaning towards our side. So bend to our right, tall, forward, tall. Bend left, tall, front bend, tall. So think sides of the waist, range of motion in our spine, and our lower back. Really working, all part of the core. Length stays in the spine. And breathe. All right, one weight goes down. Our front raises. 2 hands, 1 weight. Slight bend in your elbow joints, no higher than your gaze. Don't just swing that weight up. Front of your shoulders leads, release. Smaller muscle groups, slow control. That body, especially as we get fatigued, we just want to throw that weight up there. It's not going to do anything to engage your muscles and work them. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, both weights, side raises again. You might feel these almost immediately because we worked them already and then we just worked front of our shoulders. Keep the bend in the elbows, out to the right, out to the left. Focus on your form. Don't just swing your weight. Breathing, breathing. Out right, out to the left. Lead from the top of the shoulder. Engage, release. Weights go down by our side bends to front. We're going to start to our left, just to confuse our mind a little bit. I should have done this the whole time, just to make our mind work. Down to your left. Now front. Now bend down right, and back to front. Again, the length stays in the spine. Notice my chest isn't leaning forward when I go to the